Hello, good to be with you, and wanted to talk to you a little bit more about Lent today. The last time we talked about Lent as being sort of spring practice, right? Preseason practice. But I'd like to talk to you today about another theme, Lent as spring cleaning. So cleaning is never anyone's really favorite job, I suppose, but I don't know, it might be a part of your family's tradition when spring comes along that people start to do spring cleaning. For some, that just means going through their clothes and organizing and putting away their winter clothes and taking out spring clothes. For others, it can be a complete going through everything in the house and cleaning it out. I wish we did that. We're not quite so organized or excited about cleaning. But we do something else in spring cleaning, and that is taking care of some birdhouses we have. It's not cleaning our house, but houses for different birds. Particularly, we have a bunch of bluebird boxes up at our home. Some of you have maybe even made a bluebird box at one of our church events. But we have to clean those out each year. So you'll see up here, I have a bluebird box, and I've already taken out the screw. So I'm going to open up that box and clean that out. You can see an old nest there. Some of it's actually almost hardened. Now, why do I do that? If I don't do that, the next bluebird won't want to live here, right? It won't receive any healthy birds. Then we can close that, and I'll screw that shut in just a second. So why is that important to clean out like that? Well, it's so the birds can move into a clean home. Now, think about Lent in this way. Remember that you are a home for God. You're where God designs to live and to reign. He wants His Holy Spirit to abide in you. That means to make His home in you. And so one of the things we do in Lent is something called fasting. Now, there's many different lessons to fasting. And fasting can really be taking something out of your life that isn't necessarily negative, but just to learn the discipline of taking something out of your life. But fasting is also can be about taking things out of your life, practicing taking things out of your life that are not good for you. Kind of a cleaning out, like we did with that bird box, right? Cleaning out of the bad things so that good things can make its home in your heart and in your life. And so one of the things, practices we do in Lent is say no to things, right? Some people say no to certain kinds of food, and that's a practice. We learn the discipline of saying no to something, and that lesson can kind of flow over to other more important things. But I'd like you to think about in your life something that you spend a lot of time in, that's a part of your life, that might not be inviting God to dwell in you, right? It might not be a bad thing. It might be a bad thing, but it might not be a bad thing. But it's something that fills you up, that doesn't leave room for God in your heart, in your life. It's something that takes away from God making His full presence there. And I'd like you to try and clean that out. For this season of Lent, maybe talk to someone else in your family about what you're trying to do so they can help support you, and eliminate that. It might be a certain program that you just watch all the time, or you stream all the time, or a certain game that you play all the time, or a way in which you get on your phone, your electronic devices. Whatever it might be that's taking away from God dwelling in you, say no to that. Clean that out. Get rid of it, so that you might give good, clean space for God to dwell and do His good work in your life. God bless you, and I hope this helps your Lenten practices as we talk about Lent as a sort of spring cleaning. God bless.